Hello, Aries. Welcome to your weekly reading for April 15th to the 21st. This is for Aries and Aries rising. And yep, we're going to jump right into it. Aries, first things first, happy birthday if it is still your birthday week. This is the last week of Aries season, so I hope you enjoyed your birthday. I know that it was a lot was going on for your birthday season. Secondly, we're here. We're here for the really big Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. But before we even get there, and this is the thing about this week, is that all the major aspects are happening over the weekend. So pay attention to what's happening over the weekend, but you're still going to feel a lot of that energy throughout the week. We actually have the moon in Leo for the first half of the week. So I think you're actually going to really love that. That is your fifth house of love and pleasure and romance and creativity, but just feel like letting your hair down energy. So I really love that. Now, with this week, you are likely still feeling the eclipses. Now, one thing I want you to know, and I am probably going to do, maybe I've already done it. I don't know. It depends on how I feel. I know I'm going back. This is Mercury retrograde. I'm doing your video during Mercury retrograde. Anyway, what I want you to know, eclipses. We just came out of this major total solar eclipse that was in your sign while the sun was exalted in your sign. I mean, you felt that, okay? So this eclipse was major. It was major, all right? And I want you to know that this was the beginning of this new cycle that's happening for you. And out of all the signs, obviously with it being in your sign, you would feel it the most. But in terms of personal development, that's your first house, okay? So with it being, this eclipse being in your first house, new moon, new cycles, right? All about your identity, who you are. You're probably asking those big questions like, what do I want to do in life? Why am I here on earth? A lot of those questions are probably coming up, maybe with relationships, how people relate to you as well, since the South Node is in your seventh house, partnerships and relationships. But bundle of planets that were in your sign during that eclipse. Now remember, eclipses are cycles, Aries, okay? So if you want to think back, if you're bold enough, and if you actually remember, because this predates social media, I think, the last eclipse, and when I say eclipses are cycles, every 19 years, okay? So the last new moon solar eclipse that happened in your sign 19 years ago was April 8th, 2005. What was happening in your life around that time? And remember, eclipses have energy that lasts, so you're going to feel the effects of this eclipse for some time, okay? Because it's setting up this new cycle for you, all right? It's this gentle nudge. It's like if you were sitting on, a float tube on the sea, it's that wave. These eclipses are that like gentle wave pushing you, further toward the beach where your, box of truffles are, okay? So that's you waiting to get to your truffles. And I want you remember that this eclipse was Mars ruled. Mars is your ruling planet. Now, here's the interesting thing. Mars is in Pisces right now, and Mars will be in Pisces toward the end of the month. Mars hasn't been in Pisces in 2 years. So it's probably interesting for you to feel Mars in Pisces, because Pisces is your 12th house, right? So that's the subconscious, intuition, hidden things, a lot of, facing your fears as well. And so Mars, as I mentioned in other, your past readings, Mars isn't like, he's not in Pisces, yeah, amazing, right? He's waiting to get to Aries. Mars is going to move into your sign at the end of the month. He can't wait to get there. And when he gets there, it's go time. You will feel it. You will feel it. You will be on a mission. But for now, use Mars and Pisces toward your spirituality, okay? That's what Pisces represents, okay? So really, really feel that boost and put that energy toward there, really immersing yourself in yourself, okay? In your personal growth, your spiritual growth. Really use that energy. If you even want to think of it as like this spiritual revolution that you're on, especially with all this Mars activity and Pisces energy that we're coming out of, but we're still feeling. Don't forget, Mercury is also retrograde in your sign as well. So when I say it's still all about you, it's still all about you. So it's asking you, both these placements are actually asking you to slow down a little bit, reassess, rethink things, because you're going to hit the ground running when Mars moves into your sign. All right. You already have a lot of things happening for you. You have a lot of things happening for you. Now, the big day is the 19th when we officially move into Taurus season. This is going to be Friday. Friday, April 19th. Now, this is very, very different from the sun in your sign, because Taurus is it's very down to earth, very grounded, okay? Very physical realm, physical reality. Nature is a big thing here. Taurus is also a finance sign, so it's all about finding that comfort in terms of your financial stability in general, things that you love. Remember, Taurus is Venus ruled. All right. So we're talking about love, relationships as well. Money, a big thing here. Okay. Could be a really big thing for you, as well as, beauty and creativity and whatnot. But just expect this for the next 4 weeks. Now, here's the thing. Taurus rules your second house. So this is self-worth. This is self-value. This is almost boosting your confidence now, especially when you have that spiritual aspect to it that Mars in Pisces is asking from you. Okay, Aries. Now, the other thing is second house is money. I already said it. Finances, gonna be a big thing. There could be money on your mind, okay? Money on your mind, and there could be a lot of progress and movement in the direction of you gaining more money, all right? Especially with these aspects that we're about to experience. But just know you could be thinking about money for the next few weeks, a little bit more than normal, because the sun will be in Taurus for 4 weeks now, okay? Now, on the same day, Mercury will conjunct Venus. Aries, if you do not go out there and socialize, I'm taking away your phone. You need to go out there, this is Mercury, the planet of communication. Venus, a very social sign. Both planets in your sign. You know that. You know Venus is in Aries. You know Mercury's in Aries. And, with the fact Mercury's retrograde, you could be socializing or meeting up with people or partying, whatever you do, with people from the past, okay? Remember, Mercury retrogrades are a window to the past, but this is a time where you could just find yourself really charming. You could be, really compelling in the way that you speak and the way that you communicate. This is you just amped up and just loving life. I love this aspect. There's a sense of people coming together around this time. You could be bringing people together. You could be seeing, going and socializing with groups or whatnot. But what's really amazing about this day is that your ruling planet, Mars, is going to sextile both Jupiter and Uranus. That's right. Both of them. Okay. And so Jupiter, it's a planet of good fortune, luck, prosperity, expansion, profit, wealth, wisdom, faith. And then Uranus, the planet of breakthroughs and surprises and the unexpected. So could there be an unexpected opportunity or breakthrough for you here? Yeah, absolutely. Could you feel really driven and ambitious toward it? 1,000%. Remember, Jupiter and Uranus are where? In Taurus, okay? And so again, your second house. Self-worth, self-confidence. Remember that Mercury conjuncting Venus aspect. You feeling really good. The inner leader in you coming out. People looking up to you, gravitating toward you. And again, it could be you being compelled by other people. But remember, with Mars sextiling both Jupiter and Uranus, very optimistic energy here. Very optimistic energy. Take advantage of it, okay? And remember, Jupiter and Uranus in your second house of finances, salary, income, money. This is happening the day before Jupiter conjuncts Uranus, okay? On Saturday, April 20th. All right, so this is huge. Let me tell you how rare this is. This has not happened in 84 years. This is a one. So the last time Jupiter conjuncted Uranus in Taurus was 84 years ago. We're talking 1941. This is a rare, once in a lifetime. This is huge. This is to the exact degree. Okay, May 1941. Jupiter and Uranus conjuncts every 14 years, right? 13, 14 years. The last time, actually, Aries, and again, if you want to look back, the last time it happened was 2011, around January, in your sign. Think about what happened around January 2011 for you. I'd be very curious, okay, because there could have been something about money there as well. Well, actually more about you, but there was a lot of other transits that were or placements happening around that time. But because it was in your sign, more about you and your personal growth, and there could have been big changes around that time that was happening for you. Okay, that was happening for you. But remember, there's so much happening all the time this could have been very career related, okay? Because it was during Capricorn season. Anyway, I'm not in front of my ephemeris. Just know it was in 2011, all right? Around the beginning of 2011. And it is very rare. So this is the day that I've been talking about. This is unexpected surprises, breakthroughs. This is this year happening in your second house, okay? Of this Mercury retrograde again. This is happening in your second house of finances, income, salary, wealth, but also self-worth, self-confidence. You could feel a really big boost around this time. This is really, when I say rare, this is truly, truly, truly rare. So this is a day where you could have even like big epiphanies. You could have big milestones around this time. Yes, you could have luck in terms of money. You could have something happen in terms of money. All right. Remember, this is unexpected breakthroughs and opportunities that are arising. Now, here's the other thing is that, you could feel this, a little bit before, you could feel a little bit after, but just know this is like even windfalls could happen around this time, especially for you out of all the signs, because it's happening in your second house. So really, really big deal here. The other thing I want you to know about this day is that, Uranus, although is all about breakthroughs and surprises and the unexpected, Uranus is, has that rebellious energy, that disruptor energy. So there could be some things that happen that you didn't expect and you were just like, whoa, that was really crazy. I did not see that coming. Just remember, Jupiter's all about faith. And with this kind of aspect, it's think about the revolution, the celestial revolution that's happening in the sky right now, this every 14 years. So it is the universe, again, a new cycle happening here too. And so it's the universe basically just saying, don't worry, I've got you. I know what's good for you. I know this is, this is what you didn't expect, but trust me on this, especially when Mars goes into your sign, you will see it. So have faith around this day. And also just know that this is it's happening in Taurus, right? Remember what I said about Taurus is very nature bound, very earth bound. There is something grounding around this, something rooting up. Okay, around this time. This is going to be really, really, really big. And it can have to do with, like I said earlier, stability. All right, bringing you a lot more security, stability. It is one of those aspects that really, really, you may just not see coming, but just think of the fact that we're talking about Jupiter and Uranus here. Uranus is so forward thinking and future forward. So this is creating this amazing new path for you. And so what I was going to say is Jupiter and Uranus, they've been dancing, okay? They've been slow dancing behind the scenes for a while now. So again, you may have already been starting feeling a buildup, okay? And you may even feel it after, but it's on April 20th where they actually come out on stage now, okay? And they do the waltz. Or a mosh, to start a mosh pit, or whatever you want, whatever dance you want, the do-si-do, whatever dance you want, you're going to enjoy it. Okay. Now on the 21st, on Sunday, this is going to be interesting because the sun's going to square Pluto. And so you may feel, this is a lot of, remember, Pluto brings that intensity. Okay. And so this is something that where you may feel something around your social network groups you belong to, maybe even things that you had plans for your future. You may feel like a squeeze around this time, okay? It is a square. It can be a little bit challenging. It's how you handle it. There really could be something here that even for you, maybe on a really deeper level. Remember I said this, sun's in Taurus. It affects that's your self-worth, self-value that you bring. So just use this energy to your advantage, okay? Remember, Pluto is also empowerment. Pluto is a power that asks, you going to fear me or are you going to own me? All right. So remember that. And next week, actually, Venus will square Pluto. So, you may even, whatever's happening here, it's asking you to transform, but it's asking you to also be very, 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 very confident in the direction that you're going, but also feeling very empowered. So Aries, with that said, let's see what's going on for you for this week, the big week of the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. Again, this is for Aries and Aries rising and And I wonder if that's a sign. This is going to be a big week is what that sign is. And if you want to read for your moon or your Venus or any of those other placements, you are absolutely welcome to, Aries. So let's go ahead and let's get started. See what's going on for you for April 15th to the 21st. I already forgot the dates. Is it April? It is, right? April 15th to the 21st. This is what happens when you do readings while Mercury is retrograde. Aries, as I did not say earlier, I do a traditional Celtic cross spread. It really does offer the best overview. If we need to pull clarifiers, we will pull clarifiers. Secondly, Aries, oh my goodness, y'all are amazing. I love everything that's happening for y'all. I love everything that's happening for y'all. It seems like you know too that there's some things that, this week it's going to be a big reality check. Okay. And there is a lot of spirituality. Your ruling planet being in Pisces, I mean, really know that is a big deal right now because Mars is with Saturn and Neptune. They're all together in Pisces. So that is a big mix up of those planets, but you can even see it here. This is definitely going to ask you to really, really, really go within. Very spiritual week for you. Okay, let's get started. You got the Hierophant to start with. Okay, really, really great. All right, as we move into Taurus season, you get the Hierophant, who is Taurus. All right, so there you go. All right, so but this is a more spiritual. The Hierophant is the connector, right? The divine, our physical realm, our physical world, a lot of spirituality here, okay? But that leadership energy, this is someone who's very compelling, someone who has a lot of wisdom, okay? Remember, there's that layer of wisdom this week, especially with your ruling planet in Pisces. There's that, going within with Mercury retrograde in your sign. There's a Jupiter-Uranus conjunction, Jupiter all about wisdom. There you go. Okay. So it looks like you are going to be going deep or have been going deep. All right. And really, really tapping into not only your identity, but again, the role that you play, not only in society, but within your orbit. Okay. How people fit into that as well. But there is this leadership quality that comes up with the Hierophant, which is really great. Okay. So it's having that deep sacred knowledge inside you and even spreading it to others. Remember, Mercury is going to conjunct Venus in your sign this week. So pay attention to that. That's going to be really big. And so people could just naturally gravitate toward you and you may feel that they already are. The spotlight is on you. All right. Now you've got the Four of Cups and the heart of your spread. So here's the thing that the biggest message that came up for me when I was pulling your cards, this is more, it felt like there was a little bit of I've got this energy, okay, which is really great. And I want you to have that confidence as you go through this week, but retain that gratitude for the things that, again, should anything happen where it's like, this has not happened yet. Keyword is yet. Mercury is retrograde. I don't want you to initiate things during Mercury retrograde. I don't want you to sign contracts during Mercury retrograde. And the things that you want could be delayed. That's what Mercury retrograde does, especially for you, Aries. It's retrograde in your sign. So there could be some things happening this week where it's like, okay, you see the young man here, the hand of spirit offering him a cup. He's already got 3. Look at his arms crossing off his heart. So a little bit of this card is associated with apathy as well. Something that you could be bored with. But again, I'm getting that impression that there is something that it's like you've got this, but remember to have that gratitude while you've got this, okay? Because that energy that's coming after the eclipse and all of those planets in your sign could be really fiery. And then we have this major weekend. And so I don't want you to close off your heart, especially if you're going to go within, all right? Because you go within to, not only become a better version of yourself, right? Really that spiritual going deep, okay? Connecting with your intuition, your higher self, but to be that person for other people as well. All right. So you did get the Chariot, but you also got the Chariot in your challenge area. So what's really interesting when I look at your spread with just this it seems like there may be something that's on pause at home or with family members. I mean, Four of Cups is Moon in Cancer, and then the Chariot is Cancer. And so you have this Cancer energy right in the heart of your spread, and the Cancer rules your fourth house, your domestic sector, home, family, moving, children, significant other, things like that. So there may be something here that you may need to open your heart a little bit more. It just seems like some things you may feel they're not happening for you this week. They will. Trust me. When Mercury goes direct, when Mars goes into your sign, when we move into May, the luckiest month of 2024, you will feel it. You will feel it. Now, look at this. You got the Hermit in your crown, okay? Go within. It seems like that's what you want to do too. I think that a lot of y'all have questions about your future. There could have been a lot of things that have happened for you in the past few weeks with all that Aries energy, with that eclipse in Aries, the total solar eclipse, even relationship activity that could have happened with your seventh house of partnerships and relationships being, in the South Node right now. Go within. That's exactly what I want you to do. And you may be thinking about that. If you have questions about your future, all the answers are inside you. All the answers are inside you. So have that time. Take advantage of Mars and Pisces right now. Remember, I said that spirituality, really connecting, okay? Now, you got the Six of Cups in the reader spread. Again, very interesting looking at your entire spread here. There is a sense of, it almost seems like there is, again, that family energy that's coming up, but there's a sense of, remember I said Mercury's retrograde in your sign. Mercury retrograde, window to the past. A lot of people from the past coming back. That could be something that's happening now. And you could be thinking about that this week, all right? Whether they're, colleagues or, exes or, friends, whatever it is, there's some things could be, resurfacing around this time. This is a really big card of nostalgia, but it does seem like everything that you're doing this week is to feel a lot more secure, have that stability as well, and feel protected as you move forward. So again, a lot of it is opening up your heart, not being guarded, not crossing off your heart. This is a card of it's just it's a sweetness to it. There's this kindness to it and sharing to it. And it brings that harmony. It's harmonizing. Okay. So harmonize mind, body, spirit, put it all together. And I think you're going to be fine. Once you do that, you have temperance, which is really great. Temperance in your future, you have an archangel in your future. This is all about balance, but it's, again, mind, body, spirit here. This, especially for you, Sagittarius, temperance is Sagittarius. Sagittarius rules your ninth house of spirituality. Okay. Your belief system, how you see things, really go deep. You have a very spiritual spread. And again, I'm not surprised with all this energy in your sign that's exploring like your identity. Who am I? What is the role that I play in this world? But once you have all that balance, right? You're going to be fine, because it's also, I think I mentioned earlier that you might have be exploring a lot about your future at this time, and some of y'all may be in a place where you're just not certain. It looks like when you do that mind, body, spirit balance, even your physical realm, your physical world, okay, that balance in terms of your life, whether it's work-life balance, or you get what I'm going with this, but when you have all that, you're going to be fine. You're going to get to a point where you don't worry. You have, no worries in the world. This card is saying, look, trust your intuition, and have faith in yourself. Have faith in the universe. You're going to be fine. When was the last time stressing about something or worrying about something actually did anything for you at all? You're taken care of. You have an archangel in your future. So really just go within and enjoy life, and have that gratitude. This card is, the Four Cups tests your gratitude. So appreciate all the things that you do have right now. All right, now let's get to your stuff. Oh my goodness. Aries. What a big week. If you like this reading, by the way, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Let me know what is going on in Aries. I love you. Y'all are amazing. Oh my, I really want to tell you about 2025. 2025 is going to be big for you. It's going to be really big for you, but I'll talk about that, later. But yeah, you're good. You're good. This is a deeply, deeply spiritual week for you. I think one thing that would be really nice is if you are spending a lot of time thinking about both your past and your future, going within and really, really putting attention on that. Trust your intuition and be ready to let things go, okay? Especially up here, subconscious. Remember, you have Mars, Saturn, Neptune in your 12th house, the subconscious. So even hidden things. So a lot of things you just want to unroot now, things that may be holding you back, maybe, holding you back to express all the gratitude and love that you have. Okay. Now you've got the moon. Okay. So yeah, this is again, another reason why it's good to go within, but unroot things, because the moon in tarot is attributed to Pisces. What did I say? Your ruling planet, Mars, as well as Saturn, as well as Neptune, are all in Pisces in your 12th house up here. Okay. And so there is a sense of, really, this is a week where you may have to face some fears. You may have to acknowledge some things that are just like, okay, I do not want this in my life anymore. I'm going to remove it. Okay. And that builds your confidence, right? That builds your confidence, but also really going within. Do you see the connection that's happening here? The moon. Okay. Card 18, 1, 8 equals 9. Look at whose face is in the moon, the Hermit. All right, card 9. And so you really, it really is, again, just saying, trust your intuition. The moon is intuition. Trust your intuition, especially if you have any stress or worries or doubts about your future. I think that you may this week be putting investing a lot of, I would say exerting a lot of energy into something that you don't need to. You don't need to. This is a week where you can trust everything's happening for you. All right. Now, you do have the Hanged Man, which is really great. Another card attributed to Pisces because it's associated to Neptune. Okay. Right now. All right. With Neptune being in Pisces, the Hanged Man in your external factors coming after Temperance, with the fact that you got the Hermit in your crown. When I say a very spiritual week for you, this is probably your most spiritual week, the most spiritual spread, especially with all these major arcana. Now, the Hanged Man, this is someone who is preparing himself for a big transformation that's about to come. Okay. Remember, there's a lot of transformation happening this week. Remember, even with the sun squaring Pluto, I said it's asking you to transform in some way. Okay. Now, this is very interesting because there is a sense of a lot of enlightenment to come. Okay. You have the Hanged Man in your external factors area. So there could be a sense of you going through your journey this week. And again, surrendering things that you don't need anymore. Okay. Facing things that that you have to face and being honest with yourself. Now, the Hanged Man, you can see right next to Temperance, they both have halos around their heads. Okay. That's a lot of enlightenment here. You're moving into enlightenment. All right. Your higher self, you're becoming this, new Aries 2.0, the very spiritually driven too. This is going to be very important as we move forward with when things get really go for you come May. And when May, again, the luckiest month, there's so many auspicious aspects in May. It's unbelievable. Now, so definitely, again, surrender the things that you even making big sacrifices. That's what the Hanged Man does. Okay. Making big sacrifices to have this transformation. 7 of Pentacles. Okay. So some of y'all are still sitting on something that you may, be very proud of. I think I said this in your last reading. Be very proud of how far you've come. Look at where you are now. It's really great. Now, again, there is this sense of, and I think Mercury retrograde is going to have a big impact and influence on you this week. There is a sense of looking back while you are considering your future. It's like you're somewhere in the middle, but I want you to lose sense of time, okay? The past, the present, the future, they're all happening at the same time. I want you to lose sense of time, enjoy the moment, but also have that spiritual connection. Use this time to really go into your spirituality. That's going to help you enjoy the moment, okay? Now, this is just saying, yeah, you may be thinking about looking back to the past, okay? And looking back at the past to really have ideas of how to form this future that you want for yourself, or, you know, really go toward this future or create this future that you want for yourself. That's fine. Just don't ever let your past dictate your future, okay? Have those moments, nostalgic moments, especially if it inspires you in some way, or you can take away from it and learn from it to help you remove these things that you want to just, you know, that boulder off your shoulder. Lastly, you got the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords in your final outcome. Hello. You're going to have that clarity. You're going to see everything straight. You're going to see everything through too. This is being headstrong. You're going to be absolutely fine. Okay. You're going to be absolutely fine. You just got to, you know, really, really have your head above the clouds at this point, like the Queen of Swords. Okay. Now there is this fairness, that this diplomacy that comes with the Queen of Swords. This is someone who has gone through a lot, and she's sitting in this throne because she wants to be there for the people, and she wants to be honest with, you know, everybody in her life. And, you know, she is sort of like, you know, very similar to the Justice card, like kind of like the judge, like she is an authority. She has that power, but most of all, she's honest to herself. Okay. So this is a week where when you have that go within, you have that spiritual connection, you will be honest with yourself about the things that you may be a little like about, and the things that are holding you back, or even the things that, like I said, because Mercury's retrograde in your sign, things may have, there's some things that haven't happened yet. But the key word is yet. Mercury will go direct next week, okay? Mercury's going direct next week. And then just a few days later, Mars moves into your sign. Mars is your ruling planet. Mars moves into his domicile. But this is really interesting. Just, you know, again, there really could be something with partners here, okay? There really could be something, you know, Queen of Swords, just like the Justice card, is Libra, okay? So again, that rules your 7th house of partnerships, relationships, whether career, whether love and romance, whether even like friend energy. I mean, remember, Pluto is going to be very active. Pluto is an Aquarius in your 11th house of your social network. Anyway, you know what you got to do, but just know this is going to be you may be in your head a lot. Get out a little bit. Go. If you're going to go in your head, go to your pineal gland, okay? Your third eye, your sixth sense, and just make sense of everything. And you will be able to, once you have, you know, you're honest with yourself and you really tap into your spirituality. So Aries, oh my goodness. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Let me know what's going on. Tell me, how did you like my reading during Mercury retrograde? I don't think I've ever had such a Mercury retrograde reading. Anyway, next week, you know that, speaking of transformation, you know what's really interesting about your spread? I'll just tell you now. Next week, we have that full moon in Scorpio. And it's a big full moon. And Scorpio rules your 8th house, right? Of transformation and death and rebirth and life cycles. Hey, remember, you have the Hangman in your external factors area. What did I say? After the Hangman comes the Death card, ruled by Scorpio. So interesting, because you're moving into this transformative part of your life. Anyway, Aries, thanks so much. I will see you next week. Okay, bye-bye.